Morning, guys. This is Trader Genius, and I'm Rob, joining you for a Trade-isode, a live trading discussion. And this morning I will be day trading options, so you get a chance to watch me navigate the market. This morning, right now we're looking at Tesla, but pretty much across the board in my basket, the indexes and stocks had a big gap down, which means between yesterday's close at the end of the market, 1600 or 4 p.m. Eastern time, New York Stock Exchange closes, and then 9:30 Eastern time the next day, we get to tune in and watch the dust settle from all the overnight trading. It's a pre-market trading, so these stock prices and index prices can move overnight. So, for instance, Amazon had a 53, almost $54 gap down. Tesla had a $53 gap down. Apple had a $2.25 gap down. Nvidia $11. So a different range of movements overnight in these share prices that we're not privy to if you're just a average retail trader like myself. So we watch the dust settle from all that activity, and we wait and see if there are going to be some good behavioral responses by the buyers and sellers on those stocks. That's what I'll be waiting for. I'll be waiting for a nice, clear trend, either in the up or down direction. With options, you can make a profit with calls over here on the left side of this quad that I use, or puts if the stock is going red, as SPY is here and QQQ is. Had some downward action on Boeing. Nvidia is moving down pretty nicely. So if these stocks continue to lose share price, then I can trade the options called puts and make a quick profit. But it has to be the right conditions, very specific setup for me to want to risk my money on it. And that's the life of a systematic trader. Either for day trading or longer term trading, you just follow your rules. You've carved out and forged this set of rules to help keep you on track and really protect your backside from potential disaster of listening to your emotions when you trade. So greed could get me into an Nvidia trade here, but I'm not looking to trade until 9:36 Eastern time, and it's currently 9:34. Plus, I've got some parameters on Nvidia that are just prohibitive to trading, low volume, not very liquid, huge spreads. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening with Nvidia. It's lost a lot of share price over the last couple days. So that's a strong one, a strong wave that I would want to surf, but it just doesn't meet my rules. So I'll look for something better. I'll look for an apple with less bruises on it, and that's what I'm going to bring home from the supermarket. So therein, we have a lot of red movement to start the morning, a lot of selling going on across stocks and indexes. So big gap days like this tend to be a little bit more cautious and selective, wait for an opportunity. But if something jumps off the screen and meets your rules, go ahead and trade it. Get in, get out. There goes Tesla giving back even more share price. A couple days ago, this thing was up in the 800s. Now it's at around 650. Yesterday it was around 750. So it's losing steam pretty fast. IWM having a nice move down. Some good indicators. It's a little bit old. And Tesla is finding support at that support line Charlie, support C, 652.5. So we'll see where that goes. Boeing moving down quite nicely, but it's been running down for a while, about 5 minutes now. So I'll let that one kind of run its course and then take a breath. And if it renews that run, then I'll be on it. Amazon also been moving down for a few minutes here, so I'll let that one settle. Pass. QQQ also trending down. Facebook found some support around 259. Microsoft moving up. All right. We've got still too much of the remnants of a red market. So I'm not going to trade actual money on Microsoft here. But if I'm interested, if it gets some much better volume and indicators, the paint on the chart, then I'll be a little bit more prone to take that one. Disney had a big bull day yesterday. Here we go with some more buying. Let's see what it does around 195 a share. This one I'll definitely give a little marker to. It's plowing right through 195. It's a pretty exceptional moment, but it's a rogue stock. It's a huge, huge candle. So we were mock trade in right there just before it crossed above 195. And now it's sinking back down below that point. So big gap mornings like this. Disney is one of the few that actually did not gap down. It had a modest $1.83 gap up after some strong buying yesterday. So we'll see if the buyers can overcome the sellers here and run Disney up. But for right now, let's look at some other stocks. Tesla still charging down, just sliced right through 650. Let's see if it holds there. Bowing down towards that previous low. So let's see. Boeing was up yesterday. It's down a little bit today. Come back to Disney, see what this rogue is doing. If we can find those buyers out there. Apple making a move down. 122.50, support, providing a little bit of support. See if it holds. And now we're punching through. Tesla moving down pretty nicely. Some good volume. Boeing also finding that previous low. So we've got some pretty market-wide movement in the red direction, but it's been going on for a little while, so I'm going to steer clear of these big waves till I get my bearings and feel a little bit better about the timing of my trading. It is a pretty unified market, though, so continue to look around. Here goes Amazon coming up on 31.05. So that's a good one for a mock trade right there. Finding some support there. A couple days ago, this stock was in the 3300s. We've got Amazon at a 20-day low, Tesla 20-day break below. It's a pretty virgin territory for some of these stocks. Let's see what's down towards the bottom of its daily range. IWM is down there. Boeing is down there near the bottom. See what happened with that old rogue stock now that the market's let up a little bit in that red direction. You can tell there are buyers there. They gave it some support before it even touched that previous high, and it's staying above this trend line. So this is a pretty nice move for Disney. See if these buyers can come and strong arm the sellers. Let's look elsewhere. Boeing. QQQ. Tesla continues to sell. Apple had a nice big move. Ran down to this support line, and now it is kind of bouncing between 121.5 and 122. Goes Tesla again. It's already moved 110% of its daily range in only, 10, 11 minutes of trading. SPY charging down. Microsoft also having a good move. Disney with the upward momentum. The bulls can't seem to push Disney through that 195 kind of ceiling. We're talking all-time highs here, so Disney is in territory that nobody's really seen. So there may be some standing sell orders that are getting vacuumed up by the buyers right now. We'll see what the volume and intensity of that selling becomes, and if Disney can maybe break that 195 cap ceiling later. Tesla just continues to drop. A beautiful run. Facebook also moving down with less volume. Apple's got some volume. See if it can break this floor of 121.5. Good market support in the red direction. Nvidia chomping down. Boeing is cresting down, dipping below 210. Is that Apple set up? So when you watch a chart, you see different markings come on. Some of them mean something significant to me, something a little bit more special. But you're looking for confirmation, and really you're just analyzing the behavior of the buyers and sellers on a stock based off of the price action, and these indicators really help paint that picture for you. So here goes Apple dipping below 121.5. That SC line, a little breakout. Looks clear to the left on my charts, down to about 115. So let's get into Apple put right here. Finding some immediate support from the buyers. It's an argument, and the sellers are coming through. Volume's coming in. We're finding support right at the point of entry. So there are buyers in the area. They're driving that price back up. We're meeting some resistance, or rather support. So we'll see how far Apple can go. We don't want to ask too much of a stock that's already moved a good, healthy amount of its daily range. So we got in right there. I guess we were trying to get in at the end of that candle, and I just exited my Apple position. We're cleared out, and at least my indicator was showing about a 10% gain there. So recap, we'll keep Apple as the chart right here that we watch. Apple had the first minute, there were a lot of sell orders from that overnight gap down that we talked about or that I discussed at the start. Some quick response from some buyers, but not with nearly that same volume or power. And then Apple starts to eat up those buy orders. There's my timer. Apple starts to eat up those buy orders right here. And there's a little bit of an argument, but eventually, once our really strong indicators come and start to paint this move here on Apple, you see the size of the candle increases, and the volume, these purple histograms, is like a stair step. It's like a wave building, and it comes to a climax right here at the 939 candle. Just so happens that that kind of exclamation point on that quick red trend happened right at a support line. SC 121.48. These are known lines out there, so everybody knows where they are. There may have been some pre-placed orders to buy right there at 121.50 because some folks might be trying to get in on the cycle, and they think Apple will run up there. They'll be able to make a handsome profit if it runs green. However, they do stop the red trend for a couple minutes, and then the bears come in. The bears represent the sellers, the red direction. The bulls represent the buyers. They start to come in with, some of these advanced indicators that I use and are proprietary to Trader Genius, like this yellow tint around my candles, tells me that there's some increased power in the selling direction. Those bears are landing some more punches, and they're strong, as well as a couple of these little blue shapes and the red background in the background. All of it goes together to painting one massive risk picture, and that's all I need. That's all we as traders need, whether you're day trading or trading on a longer term or trading coins, crypto, forex. You just need to make two decisions. It's what it all boils down to: when to buy and when to close. That's it. Open a position, close a position. So we opened right here, talked about Apple dipping below and breaking down below that support line. So that's like if you imagine my juggling ball, if I take that and I throw it as hard as I can at the floor, well, it's probably going to bounce off because it's a squeezy ball. But if I had this like robot powered arm, right, and rookie of the year, if you remember that from back in the 90s, but like a robotic arm, an exoskeleton assisted arm, and I could throw this ball 1,000 miles an hour. If I pick it up and I throw it through the floor, then it's gonna break through the floor and it's gonna go down to the next room. That's it. That's as easy as support and resistance are. So we just watched that happen in real time as I was talking. We got in right here at the 942.43 candle, charged down. Okay, we got out there with around a 10% gain, but this high-powered, high-velocity ball, if you will, just went through that floor, went down to the next room, down in the basement, and bounced off of the floor there. And now you're seeing some more buyers were waiting at the SD line, 118.87. So this is one of the fundamental principles that we train for in the Trader Genius Advanced Coaching course. So if you're interested in some training to understand just how simple it is for all these different elements of a trading system to interconnect and interrelate, yeah, come on, get some training. There's video-based coaching, there's group coaching, and there's private coaching. But aside from that, if you're just trading out there, start to think about these support and resistance lines as factors you probably want to pay attention to because they put your money at risk. If you're trading anything, there's always going to be risk inherent in you putting your money down on a stock, an option, a Forex pair, a currency pair. All of these have inherent risk. Trading, investing always has risk as an element to it. But if you're wise about it and you practice the right way, you can develop a methodology to help you limit your risk systematically and operate with the comfort of not necessarily comfort, but the protection of your rules and your indicators to make sure that even if you are taking some risk, which you have to, you're not taking an unnecessary level of risk, an unhelpful level of risk that jeopardizes the future of you as a trader and, as I like to say, your trading business. So get prepared. Preparation really involves a ton of practice, a good amount of study and understanding your environment, and then one step at a time, make a stepping block approach towards trading real money, trading for cash, and then maybe one day trading in front of people on a YouTube channel, because that's not easy too. That takes practice as well. But we had a good trade here with Apple. We certainly left some profits on the table, so that's something that I'll log about. It wasn't exactly the timing I was looking for, so bent a rule there. Not what I want more of, but you can be damn sure I'll be logging about that and studying that, take a screenshot of this, and learn from it. So a quick, good Apple trade right there, and we got in, got out. We got a really good, strong movement in this part of the wave. The wave continued, but you let that go. You're not going to catch them all. You saw all those crazy good selling bearish moves right as the morning was starting. We had to let all those go so I could find a wave that I could catch, that I could surf. Those other ones were kind of, if you're operating with greed and you're chasing the money, well, you're going to jump in late on a lot of trends and you're going to get burned. So wait for your opportunities, practice your butt off, and happy trading, guys. It doesn't have to be difficult, doesn't have to be complicated nor stressful. So just keep practicing until you're familiar with your system and you know how to mitigate your risk in real time. Okay, appreciate you guys. See you in the next trade episode.